This is the Astros Postcast, your instant game reaction for the Houston Astros, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
You know, every night we come on this show, the Locked On Astros Postcast, and say they're not consistent because they've not been consistent at a lot of things this year. But there is one consistent thing from this baseball team so far in 2025. It's that they don't, outside of that series against the Giants, they don't lose after wins. And they don't win after, they win after losses, and they don't. You get what I'm saying. I'm confusing myself because that is what the 2025 season is doing to all of us as the Astros pick up the win tonight. Win, loss, win, loss, win, loss. The trend continues with this baseball team, and it happens again tonight, but they pick up the 2-0 victory over the St. Louis Cardinals. Hello and welcome this evening to the Locked On Astros Postcast. Appreciate you guys for stopping by and joining us. I'm your host, Michael Connor. Make sure you join us after every single game. Good news for you people, I will tell you right now. We will be live tomorrow afternoon when this game, or when the series finale wraps up. We're hopefully, please, to the baseball gods, the Astros are going to win their first consecutive games this season. That would be awesome if they could do that. A lot to get into tonight. Not a lot of offense, obviously, to talk about. More on the pitching side of things, including there's a new staff ace, people. It is time to recognize who is the best pitcher on this team. I think you know who I'm talking about. Tonight's episode is brought to you by FanDuel. Right now, new customers get $250 in bonus bets when your first $5 bet wins. All right, what you're walking away from this one talking about is...
This is what you'll be talking about.
It's staff ace Hunter Brown. Outside of the trend continuing, because yes, the trend has continued. If we go back again real quick, look at the Astros schedule since that Giants series, starting on April the 3rd against the Twins. Win, loss, win, loss, win, loss, win, loss, win, loss, win. I am hoping. That's a crazy, that's almost, we're almost at the 2-week mark of that happening. Now, yes, they had 3 days off technically in that 2-week mark, if they get to that 2-week mark, but they lose tomorrow, this trend continuing into the weekend would be just absolutely bizarre. They don't need it to continue into the weekend because they have a very tough series at home this weekend against the hottest team in baseball in the San Diego Padres. But the biggest thing that you're walking away from this one tonight and talking about is Hunter Brown. Hunter Brown has gone out there so far this season, and, you know, I think we all knew that this guy was going to play a big old massive role for this baseball team, all season long. And the staff is a little bit different than it has been in the past. And, you know, you're already seeing a little bit of weakness at times, not necessarily weakness, but injuries have popped up with one of your starters. You're going to get somebody back here soon. There's going to be a lot of moving parts, it feels like, at times inside the rotation this season. But there's going to be a couple of constants. Am I overall too worried about Framber Valdez so far? No. I think he's going to iron it out. He'll figure it out and pitch pretty well like he typically does for consistent periods of time. I think that the number one constant that you're going to see this season is what you're seeing early on from Hunter Brown, that this guy is going to develop. I said it earlier this year when we started the season. I think I said it after his first start if I went back and looked at the videos. I think he's a sneaky Cy Young candidate in the American League. And I say sneaky just from the standpoint of he's not a household name. He's not at that level yet. And I think this is the year that we watch him do that. And it's going to make a lot of you mad that the Astros didn't do anything to lock him up before this year happens, because I'm telling you, he is going to absolutely blow up this season. I think that this is his year. His stuff looks tremendous from everything that you've heard. He took a lot of care of himself in the offseason to come back and set himself up for a season like this. You know, this is a guy that's got his future in mind, which is, you know, a little bit of a ways away. You know, we always do this, and I am guilty of it as everybody else. You know, when a player is yours, and look, with the Astros history of never keeping players around, you always worry. but it's quite a bit of ways away. He's not eligible to be a free agent until after the 2028 season. So you got 2025, 26, 27, and 28. You got 4 years, including this year, with him before that's an issue. But I really do think that we're going to see it blossom in front of our eyes all season long. This guy going from beast, which he was last season, to absolute, without a doubt, one of the best starters in the American League pretty consistently. I mean, when you just go out there and watch what he does and the stuff that he pitches with, and we all know about the big fastball. He's got that. He's got that power sinker as well. I say power sinker as well. It's a power sinker, but it's really developed. He can run it up in the zone. He can do all those things. And then on top of that, he can also go out there and break it down with a breaking ball that is about as filthy as anybody else. And I think the number one thing that you see from Hunter Brown when you look at the development that we're seeing from this pitcher now in the last year, it's the overall command of things. His command has been absolutely fantastic. And that's where you take the next step as a big league pitcher, right? You can always have the stuff. All these guys have stuff. There's guys across the league that have stuff. And he has a lot of stuff. But now he's backing it up with the elite command, the ability to be economical throughout the game, which is also a huge, huge part of taking that next step. And then you just look at the results that are piling up here. Run through his season so far. Absolutely tremendous. 6 innings in his first start, 2-run ball, 7 strikeouts. Next start, 6 innings, 2-run ball, 8 strikeouts. Strikeouts have been down a little bit the last couple of games. That's okay, though. 6 innings of shutout, followed by 6 innings of shutout. And I didn't think that necessarily he was his most tremendous tonight. And that is what is telling for a major league pitcher. When they go from having their best stuff not putting it together consistently, I should say, to going to, oh my goodness, every time that they go out, no matter if they have their best stuff or not, they're going to give you at least 6 and keep you in a baseball game and give you a chance to win. That's when they're taking the step to being elite. And, I know that the comparisons are made all over the place with Justin Verlander, and it's justified because if you put the videos together, they look so similar in terms of mechanics. And that's the guy that he grew up watching and emulated, and that's what he does. But what you're seeing out there is him coming into his own and becoming that kind of pitcher. Becoming that kind of guy that, look, when you're going to have a losing streak at some point this season, right? It's going to happen. You're going to lose 3-4 games in a row. Those kind of guys become the stopper of a losing streak. And while, yes, we might have concerns about the Astros here or there, whatever it might be, that they might not be as great as they've been in the past, or they might struggle to get through this season compared to other years, and it might not be just a cakewalk to the American League West Division title. When you have a guy like this in your rotation, and you have another guy in your rotation as well, that, again, I think he's going to be there. I think he's going to be fine eventually in Fromber. You've picked up Hayden Wesneski, who's looked really good. Eric Getty, still very helpful for him. We'll see what happens when he comes back. Blanco's probably the guy that you're down on right now because of the way that he performed in the spring and just hasn't looked all that sharp coming into this season. We'll see what McCullers gives you. At some point, Christian Javier back into the mix here for this baseball team. We said at the beginning of the year, we'll keep saying it, this team wins big this season, it's going to be because they pitch. And tonight was another example of, yes, they absolutely pitch. Hunter Brown pitched his backside off again for this team, as consistent as it gets. We got a lot more to get into. Who takes home the player of the game tonight? Thank you for watching here live tonight. Of course, make sure that you come back after every single game. We'll be live again tomorrow as soon as the game ends here on the Locked On Astros YouTube page. For those of you watching later on as well, we appreciate you guys as well. I just saw a comment here a minute ago. Like Mark, watching from Denver tonight. Thanks for watching, Mark. If you're out there tonight, we did that last season on the Locked On Astros Postcast. If you're not in the Houston area, like I would assume a lot of us are, send it in. Where are you watching from tonight? We all watched an Astros victory, what we want to see on a nightly basis. Let's get into who won it tonight and where are the bats. That's next. First up, though, I need to tell you guys about FanDuel. The NBA playoffs are almost here, and FanDuel is giving new customers an incredible way to get in on the action. Right now, when you join FanDuel and place your first $5 bet, you'll get $250 in bonus bets if your bet wins. I love how FanDuel makes betting so easy, whether it's picking my favorite team or diving into player props. From three-pointers to steals to assists, FanDuel has so many ways to bet your favorite player props. Plus, after the game tips off, you can even combine live prop bets into a same-game parlay for a chance to win big. Don't miss out. Head to FanDuel.com and claim your $250 in bonus bets today. And one more message before we get back to our Astros discussion tonight. Basketball and hockey playoffs are heating up, and there's no better way to turn your sports knowledge into real rewards with PrizePicks, the easiest and most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. With PrizePicks, you simply pick more or less on at least 2 player projections, and you're in. You can even combine players across sports, basketball, hockey, baseball, and more for your chance to win up to 2,000 times your cash. Here's what I'm picking this week. Connor McDavid for more than 1 goal and Austin Matthews for more than 5 shots on goal. What I love is how easy it is to set up your lineup in under 60 seconds. PrizePicks even runs cool promos like Taco Tuesday, where they discount players' projections up to 25% for even more value, and payouts are fast, safe, and secure. Download the app today and use code LOCKEDONMLB to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code LOCKEDONMLB to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks, run your game. Astros victorious tonight here over the St. Louis Cardinals. Thank you for those of you watching in tonight. Like our guy Mark earlier told us he's watching from Denver. We've got Austin, Texas in the house. We've got Sugar Land, Texas in the house. We've got Hong Kong in the house tonight. What up, Hong Kong? Wisconsin's in the house. Hope it's not too cold up there in Wisconsin for you now. I don't know. Since in that cooler weather down here, I'm not ready for it. We got Laredo representing, and we've got White Castle, Louisiana. Is that a real place? Or are you watching White Castle from Louisiana? I don't know. Appreciate you guys tuning in tonight here on the Locked On Astros Postcast. Oh, wait, we got another one. Corpus. Cool. I was in Corpus recently. Great little city. Great little town with, of course, Astros. Oh, Victoria. Look at this. We got them all coming in. I got family over at Victoria. We love to go to Victoria every once in a while. Astros beat the Cardinals tonight 2-0. The pitching staff does its thing. Hunter Brown does his thing. Now, I will say we all survived a Brian Abreu inning. He scared me. I don't know about you guys. I am never, ever going to be like locked in, feeling great with Brian Abreu out there. I just can't. Yeah, I'm telling you, I've been saying it all season long. His mechanics are so off. He has absolutely zero command of his fastball at all. He has no confidence in it at all. You can just see it. His body language oozes through the television. He is not there one bit. But he got the job done. Good for him. I've said it once. I'm going to say it a million times. I am hand up. I am the president. I'm claiming I'm the president of the Brian King fan club. I have loved everything that I have seen out of him, and I get why they were so high on him when they picked him up. And then Josh Hader, 4th save of the season, quietly having a very, very good start to his 2025 season. Don't look now. Is he overpaid? Yes. Was it a dumb contract to hand out to a closer that you did not need? Yes. But as long as you have him, you need results. And he's giving you results right now is Josh Hader. And I did want to mention one other thing from tonight's game that I found interesting. You know, we're getting further into the season. And one of the consistent things the Astros do when they are winning is they like to go to taking Cam Smith out of right field. Now, I know he's getting used to the position and everything. I was really happy that Joe Espada did not pull him tonight. I think at some point you have to start taking the kid gloves off, and you have to let him play the position for all 9 innings. And in a win, they've let him play out for all 9 innings, in games that weren't tight. It was a 2-0 baseball game tonight, and he made a good play out there in right field in that Brian Abreu inning, running ball in the inning. I really like that Joe Espada showed that kind of confidence in him tonight. And man, he was Captain Unlucky at the plate. I mean, to smoke that base, but he did get one hit tonight, walked as well. To smoke that ball back up the middle somehow. And what a freak, awesome play for the pitcher. I mean, thank goodness his head didn't get taken off. But, you're right. Chaz did play the ninth. I'm thinking he didn't take him out. That's my bad. I'm sitting here raving about it, and they did take him out. That's on me. I completely forgot. But he left him in through the 8th. Okay, give him credit for that. He left him in through the 8th. Let him go through the 9th. But I like that he left him in there late in the baseball game, in a big spot in the 8th. I feel like it's still tight because usually, at that point, he's taking Cam Smith out of the game in the 8th inning when it's 2-0. So, again, that's on me. Hand up, that's an error. I knew he was out in the 9th inning, and I just completely talked for 2 minutes about it. Thanks for saying. I thought you guys were my friends. Wow, way to go. Player of the game tonight. Who's going to take home the player of the game? I bet you can take probably a good guess.
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
Hunter Brown. Duh. He was great. He was fantastic. 6 innings, like I mentioned, shutout baseball. Second start in a row that he's done that. Love to see it from Hunter Brown. Love to see you guys in here watching the show as well. Don't forget tomorrow. And you can watch from wherever, like Roger here. He's watching from Mission, Texas. Hello, Roger. Hello, Amy in San Felipe, Texas. And apparently to our question about White Castle, Louisiana, it is a real place, 30 miles south of Baton Rouge. I did not know that. I've been to Baton Rouge many times. I had no idea White Castle. Do they have a White Castle in White Castle, Louisiana? Well, what I do know is that they have Astros fans. You guys are all over the place. I thank you again for watching tonight. Don't forget, I know it's middle of the day tomorrow. Maybe you're at work, whatever. Watch it at your office, whatever it is. We'll be here probably in that 3 to 4 range for the Locked On Astros Postcast once again. Have a great rest of your Tuesday night. We'll talk tomorrow afternoon after Astros and Cardinals.